birthday, bitch. Yo, 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 it's your girl Jay, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2022, baby. We're switching up the lighting. I gave you guys a look. I feel like you would appreciate it. I really did this for my best friend. Happy birthday, Pisces. You are getting the sun, and Jupiter is in your sign, and I feel like it is such a benevolent time. Let yourself receive. We kick off your season with a stellium in Capricorn. There's still going to be like 3 planets up in Capricorn. And that slowly becomes an Aquarius stellium. So I do feel like there is this thing about concentrated energy. I do feel like there's stuff going on with unions. There is unification inside of you that is externally healthier unification being established inside of you that I feel like is making it easier for healthier unions to establish themselves in your physical 3D life. But there is something about concentrated energy, like the concentration of energy in Capricorn, then it's shifting to the concentration of energy in Aquarius. So really focusing on, and with Pisces being, I believe, there is this evolution and deepening and intensification of our beliefs about our public lives, what people know about us, what we know about ourselves to be true, what you know about yourself to be true, your reputation, long-term goals, your legacy, and your future. Like that long-term, like future. Your beliefs are changing about all of that. And I'm getting the same kind of vibe for you guys that I'm getting for Sagittarius, with Jupiter being home in Pisces. Yes, you deserve all the benevolence that's coming in, but it's like, be careful of too much of a good thing, be careful of moderation, be careful of addictive qualities, be careful of overdoing it, be careful of self-indulgence, knowing that fine line between self-indulgence and self-care. I do feel like for you guys there is, I just heard reform coming in. And Pisces, I'm just going to give you the highlights because it's very intuitive season. And I feel like as long as you pay attention to the dates so you know what's going on with your mood, you can kind of check yourself. You don't need some bitch with a nose ring to tell you what's going on in the stars. Let me be that bitch. I don't have a nose ring. But on February 18th, you get the sun. And so the spotlight is on you, Pisces. You become the spotlight of your life, I feel like, finally. And I feel like you finally get a break and get some time to really focus on you. There's success, warmth, abundance coming in, but also things are being revealed. And I feel like those revelations are going to teach you very important ways where you can really step up in some sort of way. On March 2nd, there's the new moon in Pisces, and so this is the time to manifest. This is the time to plant seeds. This is the time to really, really start thinking about what you want this new year to be like for you, what you really want 2022 to be like, because Aries season is the real new year, and that's when the new year really kicks off. So in some way you are still energetically flushing out 2021 right now still. And so I hope that makes you feel better, because it's just you're still wrapping up that energy, and things are recalibrating and like going into falling into place for you to start receiving a lot of new things, for you to really update your beliefs, have a deep evolution, have profound endings, because that rebirth energy is coming. That rebirth energy is coming in. And this new moon in Pisces, I'll do a separate video for it, of course, but I do feel like this is a big one for you guys. I mean, just because it's so interpersonal, and just because both of your ruling planets are in your sign right now, I do feel like there's a lot of clarity that has the ability to come in, but that clarity may come from a concentration of illusions or delusions, or confusing situations, or things that are just coming up to like, okay, we got to wrap this up. We got to end this, because 2022 is the real 2022 is coming, and what can't come with. So we'll get to that. On March 6th, Mars and Venus go into Aquarius together, and I do feel like there's yet again that union energy, the unification of the masculine and the feminine energy. You having that unification take place internally puts you in a position where you can start to receive that those divine unions and divine partnerships externally. So there are new friends coming in, there are new lovers, new partners, new business opportunities, new ways to develop, to innovate, and just know that that's coming in. On March 9th, Mercury is coming into your sign. So you specifically are going to, Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, doesn't matter. You're going to get that mercurial flare where you can really start to, and it may be frustrating for some of you, where you try to merge logic and intuition, logic and belief, the ineffable and the ethereal with the 3D and the physical. And so I do feel like that'll be a healthy like mind fuck for you guys. Like you live for that shit. So I feel like that'll be a good kind of, what's the brain tease? That's really like the word I was looking for. I'm not really taking cards, but let's see what comes out. The Two of Swords. Yeah, there is. And what did I just say? The balance between the logic and belief and mysticism and the spirit and logic. And so I do feel like when Mercury comes into Pisces on March 3rd, it's going to help you look at your defenses. It's going to help you look at your defensiveness. It's going to help you look at ways to make healthier decisions. It's going to, I'm telling you, because normally there's a blindfold in this card. And so I do feel like what I say about those illusions, there's some illusions, delusions, inaccurate beliefs about yourself, some defensiveness, some old coping mechanisms, old outdated ways of protecting yourself that are no longer serving you. And I do feel like that's going to come out to be clarified. I'm using the mystical manga, which was given to me by a beautiful Pisces, my husband. I love him, and I love this deck, and it's so fantastical and beautifully executed, and just like you, Pisces, and just like everything that you do. And so I do feel like decisions are going to be made. First card out being the Two of Swords. I thought I wasn't going to keep it, but I'm going to keep it. I do feel like what is to be clarified is your decision-making process, and needing to make sure that you're having a healthier balance of spirit and logic and reason, but also that you don't have all of this intuition and feelings and hunches and all this stuff going on in the background, and that you're no longer letting it stay in the background. All of those feelings, all of that emotion, all of that water in the background, that needs to be balanced with the logic and the intuition and the new information that's coming in. So I do feel like there are mental updates that are going to put you in a position where you start to consider yourself more. You start to consider your feelings more. You start to honor your circadian rhythms more. I can already tell this is going to be a long ass reading. Goodness. Okay. March 18th, then we have the full moon in Virgo. And I do feel like that is going to be helping you really, really wrap up what's coming up here about the decision-making skills and being able to observe and tend to the details. Virgo is your opposite, and so there is this longing for structure that's in your that you subconsciously are screaming for. If you don't know that by now, let me be the one to tell you. There is a portion of you, Pisces, that craves structure and needs that. And that may be why you are drawn towards very nurturing or structured or disciplined people, maybe people in the military. I do feel like your flowiness, it kind of pairs well in a way with someone who's very like disciplined and structured. If there's this healthy flow that you can create there versus this like chaotic, like polar opposite type of thing. But understand that full moon in Virgo, I feel like there is something about releasing old structures for you. I'm going to do a separate video for it, 11/11. I just caught it before I closed my eyes. But I do feel like you get that wish of structure and your kind of structure, what you need. I feel like you find a healthy balance to really like get your stuff done, like getting your eggs in a row. So you have that to look forward for sure. But this season, I mean, Pisces is the culmination of all of the signs in one. And so they are the most complex sign. They are the most complex. This is the most complex season. And so I do feel like it's important to understand when we're in the depths of that complexity, when you can't rely on your logic. When the logic is taken away, when the blindfold's put on, what other senses are developed enough for you to rely on? Ooh! When your sight is taken away, what other senses are developed enough for you to rely on? That's for everybody, and of course, the culmination. But I feel like for you specifically, Pisces, there is something about allowing your other senses to develop, because there's going to come a period where you can't just lean on this logic. And there may be some situation with the Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone, something in the realm of legalities or school or information or technology, where I feel like there are just themes there, or I feel like those are going to be highlighted for you in your season. So Pisces season is all about sacrifice, service, compassion, mysticism, escape, illusions, prophecy, things of that nature. And so I do feel like there is something about everybody trying to get like you and being able to see a little bit of ourselves in everybody and everything. That's a big theme. And so what are we able to do as a collective and on the personal level, and like what are we able to do to really embody that compassion that the world really fucking needs right now? And so I wanted to roll one for you, with you, Pisces, but I'm still figuring out the technique with these. So light it if you got it. Take a minute, go get it, light it up, hydrate. Have a moment with me, spend some time with me. Yes, because we are welcoming in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages from our benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. And humbly asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for Pisces season 2022. That Two of Swords says that your micro decisions are going to be important. The little things. Pay attention to the little things. The day-to-day stuff matters. Five of Swords, Eight of Cups. Yeah, some of you are maybe unsure about, that Aquarius stellium is going to impact everybody's friend group. Trust and believe that. So there are maybe things going on with family or friends where you may need space, or you may need to really like take time to yourself. I feel like there's something about shedding dead weight. If there are friends or connections or thought processes or work protocols that no longer serve you, it's time to make cuts. Excuse me, there may be people walking away, or you needing a break from someone, or someone with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements really coming in, getting you out of your comfort zone in some sort of way. Two cards with swords coming up. So I feel like the start of your season is heavily impacted by that Capricorn and Aquarian stellium in the sky, because this looks like, the 5 and the 2, which is the 7 of Swords, which is very much so like a breakthrough. Some of you have maybe kept a blind eye, or, okay, let's just be real. Some of you, this is not for everybody, but some of you have turned a blind eye to something that feels like a betrayal or possibly cheating. 7 of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. Fuck. Okay, some of you, there's some sort of betrayal or deceit going on that you uncover, that you learn about, or that you're participating in, because I know how y'all get down. I love you. That's why I fuck with y'all so heavy. Anyway, but some of you, so if it's not you, flip it. But there could be something like, if it feels off, it is, or if your spidey senses may be tingling about something. We're definitely going to dive into this in the plunge. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. For daily content, check out my Instagram, justj_everything, and TikTok at justjeverything. Everything is in the description box below, so check me out. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Center of the reading, though, is the 8 of Cups. And so there is this getting out of your comfort zone, pursuing your dreams, pursuing something. There may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements inspiring you or impacting you. Maybe you're thinking about moving. Maybe you're helping people move. Maybe people are asking you to help them move, or you're needing to ask somebody to help you move or get things situated in the household. But I do feel like there is something about pursuing the long term and getting in motion. What are you doing to get in motion? How are you, moving forward? How are you allowing or making way for progress? There are going to be changes in the company that you keep. And I do feel like some of you have turned a blind eye to some shit, and no longer will you be able to. There also, if it's not you, flip it. Someone may be turning a blind eye to your bullshit and no longer is able to. And so there may be some cuts being made. 7 of Swords represented like twice. 7 of Swords, 7, that's 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So that's conflict for sure. For some reason, I feel like Jupiter is coming in and wanting to really purge out any remaining conflict, or there may be a difference of opinion or debates or arguments with someone with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. And that's going to be different for all of you. We'll dive deeper into it, into the plunge. But I ultimately feel like these uncomfortable conversations or uncomfortable realizations about what you're holding on to, uncomfortable realizations about your own thought process, about your own recovery, For some of you are in recovery from a substance or something of that nature, or dealing with possibly substance abuse, drug abuse, eating disorders, or some kind of deprivation in some sort of way, or just having really unhealthy habits. Some of you are really like cutting ties with unhealthy habits and cutting ties with people who contribute to those unhealthy habits. So it's like if you're trying to not get fucked up anymore, but everybody in the clique just wants to get fucked up and go to the club, then like that's not gonna work. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to allow yourself to turn away from that comfort zone of the chaos. For some of you, there's a comfort zone of chaos, or a comfort zone of escapism, or a comfort zone in like solitude or in isolation. But I do feel like you're really turning your back from the drama, moving away from the drama. Some of you are physically moving or needing to look into actually like moving, getting a different apartment, getting a different house, moving to a different state. Or some of you, I feel like it's time to make travel plans. I do feel like if you cut ties with anything that feels like dead weight, it's going to put you in a position. Maybe also some of these bad habits are eating at your money slowly, like on the back, you know what I mean? Like I'm a smoker, so I understand like I probably spend if I looked at the numbers, I'd probably be terrified. And so there could be cutting ties with bad habits, and you end up saving a lot more money than you expect. So you can end up going on a trip, or you can end up moving, or you can end up pursuing something that you wanted to pursue. So empty your lungs, Pisces, and then take a deep breath when you're ready. Final cards, final messages for Pisces. Two of Pentacles reversed. I do feel like some of you, there's multiple streams of income that you have not had the ability or the energy to pursue. And now that you're getting away from this old stuff, you're going to be able to pick those things back up. Some of you are going to be able to pick some pentacles back up. Sorry, it came out reversed. Some of you are going to be able to really like, I want you to be able to see this clearly. Some of you are going to be able to hustle in a different way. Final card, final message for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Pisces season 2022. It's going to be a juicy plunge. Page of Coins reversed with the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So there you are showing up, Pisces, in your reading, showing up very strong. King of Cups with the Ten of Swords reversed on the bottom of the deck, and then the Hierophant. So I do feel like there is, I'm going to give you all the extras. It's your birthday bit. I feel like there is this emotional maturity, spiritual maturity, emotional balance that's being acquired, some creative mastery, you really being able to be like, you're learning from profound lessons, learning from a lot of like old pain, and it's really matured you or growing you up in some sort of way and putting you in a position in the Hierophant where you're becoming wise, or you're acquiring some sort of new information, or you're having a new way of thinking about your future, about your mental health, about your connection to school or studying. I do feel like there is this wave of success that comes in once you stop like fighting, like going against the grain. There's something about, excuse me, you allowing yourself to really level up and acquire some deep wisdom and understand that only you have kept you from getting to the next level. And you now are fully in gear. With the sun in your sign, I feel like you have everything you need. You're fully in gear, and you're really like gearing up for your stellium to come, which is probably going to be in Aries season. And so this is like the pre-activation, it kind of feels like. And I do feel like for some of you, all right, let me look at this. I told you it was going to be long. What I'm ultimately picking up is there's definitely shifts in your relationships with people with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. But and also an evolution in your relationship or a shift in the dynamic of your relationship with people with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. I do feel like some of you, there is news that you don't want to hear, or regression, or something like kind of going backwards in regards to someone with Gemini, Libra, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. There could be also like a shift in priority. And I do feel like you're having to really reprioritize life, reprioritize who and what you give your energy to, so you can really kind of like energetically budget, is how that feels. It's time to, and that may be what I name your video. Like, it's time to get an energetic budget so that you can really allot this time to friends, this time to work, this time to creative projects, this time to doing fucking nothing and being out, in escapist mode. It's time to, to work this amount on work on school, this amount work on the side hustle, this amount, you know what I mean? It's like, give yourself a budget. Because Pisces season is going to show you ultimately like what you're not looking at clearly. If there's any kind of willful blindness going on, it's going to rip the blindfold off and put you in a position to see the ways that you've guarded yourself and what you're not paying attention to. It's going to put you in a position to really tend to any residual pain or ache in your heart. It's going to really show you who's really for you, so that you can allow yourself to have distance from the people who are just like lukewarm or half-stepping about you. And it's going to put you, Pisces season is going to put you in a position where you're really going to start being more spiritual and prayerful, and however that looks for you. Getting out in the world more, exploring more, getting out in nature more, putting you in a position where you're getting out of your current comfort zone, getting out of your current cycle, getting out of turning away from the old way of doing things, the old emotional habits, the old emotional responses. And it's going to put you in a position to really see how to manage your time and energy more efficiently. And so it's going to put you in the position to stop having to beat yourself up for dropping the ball. It's just like, hey, maybe you've been juggling balls that ain't even yours to juggle. And that could be a thing. Like, there's some energetic inventory so you can energetically budget. Because some of you may be taking on homework that's not yours, taking on responsibility that's yours, not yours, or taking on things that you're like needing to balance. You're needing to ask for help, the way that you're compassionate and the way that you're of service. It may be something coming up that's putting you in the position to need to have to ask for help, or to reach out to other people, because I do feel like some of you are in a position where you're really wanting to plant seeds, and it's all about timing for you. You're going to really have to wait to find the right time. It almost feels like double dutch, like you're kind of like waiting to jump in and when to plant your seeds. And so there could be some way that you're trying to reinvent yourself, and there may be a little, there may be little delays or hiccups in that like full like rebirth, coming out of the cocoon, kind of energy that you may be like wanting to have for your birthday. But I do feel like Page of Coins reverse says that there is this reinvention of self that is coming in, but I do feel like it happens in the mental realm, and it happens in the realm of your thoughts and in your words, because you become, whatever is going on in Pisces season puts you in the position to be more masterful with your thoughts. And you being more masterful with your thoughts means that you're going to be more masterful with your words, and you're going to start speaking more life into your situation versus perpetuating more doubt and insecurity and fear. So I do feel like that is the upgrade that ends up coming to you, and that throws, that makes you pivot. Once you start to speak more life and get in motion and see what the power of your words, because words are spells. And you understanding that you, and working with that puts you in the position to really like have to work less. You start to work smarter, not harder, and you start to really dive into your spirituality and creativity and put yourself in a position where you're feeling way more purposeful. Let's get into it. I love you.
Pisces, let's get into it. I want to start by pointing out that there are no major arcana, only one court card that is reversed, and we'll get to that fucker when we get to it. But this lets me know that the details are really important. Your devil is in the details this month, so it's really important that you slow down and don't do anything in haste. And when I say slow down, that also means slow down enough to be willing and to take the blindfold off and see everything for what it is. Because I do feel like there are things that are like, it's like getting backlit. Things are, there could be like putting two and two together, you really allowing yourself to, there could be just kind of like aha moments coming in, this light that's this cloud that is drawn up here makes me feel like there's some like insight and wisdom and knowledge that wants to come in, some things that like a shift in your perspective, some illumination, and it's going to really quickly turn the sky. Even look, it's like there's something that you're not seeing clearly that becomes illuminated, and I feel like it may come to you by way of a dream, or it may, please clarify the Two of Swords. It may come to you by way of a dream or a vision or something that's like, oh shit, where you just all of a sudden it feels very Ace of Swords. Like you just get handed this knowledge or handed this information or something through the grapevine, or there's just some sort of illumination that puts you in a position to make different choices. And these different choices, it's like the pink that rises up transfers over here, and it's like the skies change. I feel like there's a shift in clarity, and that shift in clarity brings a shift in confidence and courage. And that courage, I feel like that courage and that confidence motivates you to get out of that situation. So please clarify the Two of Swords for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2022. Cards are being real reticent. And this could be something, of course, something you have a hard time talking about. I mean, I'm not taking all that, but I'm going to look at what came out. Strength came out. So there could be something going on with someone with Leo placement. You yourself may have Leo placement. But there could be something that you're being egotistical about or prideful about that wants to be revealed or shifted. I feel like it's really important to pay attention to your intuition so the divine doesn't have to like skirt and like turn the wheel on your ass. I do feel like this is ultimately coming in. I feel like what's coming up is some of you have been really leaning way too much on logic, not activating your spirit enough, not leaning or trusting in the divine. Like there's stuff coming in that's like, hey, we've been trying to like show you who you are and show you your power. And I feel like some of you have kind of been ignoring the spiritual side of yourself, or ignoring some aspect of yourself. And the divine's about to like remind you like who's in charge. This is Jupiter and Venus, and so I do feel like Jupiter is in your sign. And interesting, I feel like it's going to remind you that there are greater forces than you at work. And so I feel like some of you are in a position where you have to make decisions and you don't feel confident about the decisions that you need to make. And so it's really important that you go to spirit, that you maybe surrender, that you know, and surrender to your higher self. Ask for insight, ask for wisdom, ask somebody that you feel like is qualified. Maybe ask somebody with Leo, Pisces, Sagittarius, Libra, or Taurus placements. This feels like let go or be dragged as well. That is very much so the vibe. 10 of Pentacles reversed, the Lovers reversed. So it's really important that you don't ignore your intuition, because and it's also important that you don't ignore the like sacrifices that need to be made for family, for relationship, for love. For some of you, this is a breakup. For some of you, I mean, I am seeing like some of you may be dealing with some sort of like fuckboy energy possibly. So there may be something that you thought was going to be longer standing, or maybe someone from the past coming back, someone with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Gemini placements. So, but I do feel like there are just these lessons in love, lessons in communication. I do feel like some of you are really going to have to shift the way that you talk, the way that you think, the way that you allow people to talk to you. Your standard of respect is going to be changing. Please clarify the Five of Swords. Some of you are sensing some sort of shady behavior, and I feel like you don't need to like wait around to figure out if you were right. Nine of Swords reversed. Damn, yeah, I feel like whatever you're worried about, it's like this dark night of the soul period is coming to an end, and some of you are like really scared about like you're viewing things on a very like worst case scenario stance, or viewing life through the survivor kind of lens. And the divine really wants you to get out of survival mode, wants you to get out of a place of fear, wants you to get out of this anxiety or depression. I feel like there are ways to evade the anxiety or the seasonal anxiety or depression by way of being really honest about the company that you're keeping. And if you're around people that are really supporting you, or people that trigger you, or you know, are meeting your emotional needs in some sort of way. I do feel like some of you are also dealing with nightmares, or you're not sleeping enough. And it could be like the divine is being forced. Justice in the Wheel of Fortune reversed. The divine is being forced to speak to you by way of your dreams because of stuff that you are ignoring in your waking life. People, uncomfortable situations, betrayals, shady behavior. Some of you, there's a lot of guilt. Some of you, there's shame. Some of you, there's just a lot that needs to no longer be evaded or avoided. It's time to face your fears, face all of any kind of darkness or shadow. Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff, loss, guilt, shame, grief coming up from the past that you're needing to acknowledge, unpack, so that you can receive the update that it's trying to give you. This pain, this shadow, this angst, it's happening for you. It's happening to provide you the contrast that you're going to need to get in motion and like take these experiences, these uncomfortable experiences that you're having are absolutely a part of your journey, and you're needing these so that you can survive and improve and heal whatever it is you come in contact with on your way on this new path that you're taking. But you need these experiences, so don't run from them, and allow yourself to really heal whatever's going on from in the past. Please clarify the Five of Swords. But there are two fives out, so there is conflict in the mind, conflict in the heart, in the spirit, in the emotions. I feel like there's a lot of heaviness that is an intensity that's needing to be transmuted into power. And some of you, I feel like there could be these outdated or old wounds regarding someone with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements. What do they need to cut ties with? Please clarify the Five of Swords, because this could be there's some sort of recovering from grief, recovering from loss. Maybe some of you have experienced some loss or grief and you haven't processed it yet. And then in Pisces season, all of a sudden it hits. that could be something that happens. There could be some sort of ending that like you haven't felt it yet. You may have been numb, and I feel like the numbing agent goes away. Because there is this energetic budgeting that's happening. What do they need to cut off? Please clarify the Five of Swords. Goodness, that was... Did something else fall over? All right, Two of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is an old wound, an old pain, old loss, something that you have been fighting. I feel like some of you, this could even be like a parent or a pet or an old job or an old opportunity, an old version of yourself that I feel like acknowledge the uncomfortability, acknowledge the pain, and let it get you in motion. Please clarify the Eight of Cups. Let it get you out of your comfort zone so that you can really start to shift. Yeah, damn. Five of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles reversed. I'm feeling that those were hidden in there. And so I do feel like there's this getting out of this old 3 5s out. That's, you know, a lot of conflict. That's a lot of conflict. That's a lot of, and an Ace of Pentacles reversed means that there could be this delay in like the things that you're wanting to come to you. There could just be delays there. And so I feel like it's important to, hold on, I just want to look at something. Of course, I don't have this. 8, 3 sevens, 2 5s. What about 3 5s? Guess not. Internal and external conflict, bad luck, changes within family unit. I have this little thing about combinations that I like looking at when I see multiples like that. So I do feel like there's definitely conflict. I mean, that's what 5s are about. And so there's going to be some changes in the dynamic. I feel like changes in, definitely in regards to someone with this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or how money is made. Maybe you want to go to a different job. Maybe you want to quit. Maybe some of you are recovering from getting fired from a position that you loved, possibly. But either way, there is this Eight of Cups energy that's coming out to say, hey, I feel like you'll be, I just heard, damn, what's that? If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting time after time. But that feels like the divine's like, yo, if you just let yourself really start. Some of you, it's like, this isn't all of you, but some of you are being forced out of this comfortable job position so that you can start on this entrepreneurial pursuit that the divine's been nudging you about. You're supposed to be working for yourself or doing something that's more geared towards your passion or your schooling or your skill set. Please clarify the Eight of Cups. I do feel like there is this big shift. Because you're about to get this stellium. Things are being set up for a lot to alter. Please clarify the Eight of Cups. Sorry, my hair. What is going on? All right. Some of you, even there's a lot of hair in that. I think this is the moon. Yes, the moon. Yes, there you are showing up nicely. I feel like some of you are getting out of your comfort zone to really start pursuing a new version of yourself, getting out of your comfort zone to help your mother, to go towards your mother, go visit your mother, or your mother's coming to visit you, or someone on the maternal side of your family. I feel like there are themes of motherhood, getting out of your comfort zone in regards to your motherhood, expanding what motherhood means. Some of you may be studying things in regards to parenting, or really working on expressing your feminine energy regardless of how you identify. I feel like now is a really important time to start expressing and embodying a healthier version of your feminine and masculine energy. But there is this getting out of your comfort zone and turning away from old delusions, old secrets, old thought processes. Because something isn't as it is. With the moon coming out, that's the subconscious, dreams, spirit. Is there anything else for the Eight of Cups? Okay. Please clarify the Two of Pentacles reversed. Two of Pentacles reversed says that some of you may be feeling like you're getting juggled. There may be news that you don't necessarily want to hear. That's what I'm saying. Something coming in possibly from the grapevine. Be careful of being stingy. Yeah, something coming in. I do feel like you are coming into power. You're getting stronger. Some of you, there may be things that you want to pursue, things that you want to handle, and it's all about finding your footing. It's interesting, Pisces rules the feet. And so there is this healing with your foot, maybe. I feel like be careful, buy new shoes, let yourself travel, buy new shoes for the season or for whatever exploration or excursion you're going on. There may be something about budgeting the money to travel by sea, or travel somewhere where there's water. Yeah, somewhere where there's water, or traveling by water, traveling by boat, which is very Neptunian of you. I do feel like there may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements coming in. Feeling, possibly like there's something going on with the juggling. And I feel like some of you are really needing to, and this is where that energetic balance comes in. You allowing yourself to slow down and access that moon energy, the moon here, the moon energy there, the pinnacle here. Even there's a lot of like cycles. I think that full moon in Virgo, interesting, Virgo, coin pinnacle, that's earth, but and this moon, the full moon in Virgo, I feel like is really going to help you get out of your comfort zone, really help you manage all of these duties or obligations, or the things that you have, the responsibilities that are no longer yours, helping you delegate responsibility, helping you ask for help. Please clarify that, actually, is there anything else for the Two of Pentacles reversed? Because I feel like there are opportunities to hustle, opportunities to have multiple streams of income. The Devil reverse, nice, because there's freedom coming in. Especially if those of you who are dealing with someone with Capricorn or Aquarius placements, I feel like there's freedom coming in for them. You may be opposed to them having the freedom that they're wanting to have, but I do feel like some of you get free from some situation that has had a hold on you. Something that has been like an attachment, or felt like an obligation possibly. In the Page of Pentacles reversed, says that there is this urge to maybe need to be careful with your money. There may be an urge to gamble or to play, and I don't feel like this is the best time for you. I feel like if you're gonna, I feel like wait for gambling and playing after Jupiter's had his retrograde, later, closer towards Aries, Taurus season. But be careful of gambling too much, or fucking around with your money too much. I feel like towards the end of your season, or in your season, there could just need to be a look at what's going on with your focus, or what's going on with distractions. Are Are you or, you know, the kids in your life being responsible? Who's watching the kids? Make sure you're not being stingy. But also you may be in a position where, you know, money is a real issue and you want to just be careful about being in any kind of lack mentality. And that needs to shift early in the season so that you're not so that you're not fearfully spending money. Please clarify the Page of Pentacles reverse. No fearful spending. You don't want to attach fear or anxiety or scarcity or lack to the money that you're spending. So don't even pay bills when you're in like an anxious point. Always pay bills when you're like, yeah, I got this. We good. Like, this is nothing. You know what I mean? Allow yourself to pay and buy for things when you're in that state of mind. So that's the feeling and the energy you start to attach to your money. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, I do feel like there is a new relationship that you're making with money. And then nice, the Ten of Pentacles upright finally on the bottom of the deck. So ultimately, all of this stuff is happening so that you can really understand what abundance, what wealth, what family is in a different way than you have before. And I do feel like there's just this huge culmination coming in for you of some really like deep trials and tribulations that you've recovered from, and there's some sweetness coming in, some goodness coming in. So get ready for that. You deserve it. I love you and you got this.